Tanzania is a land of discovery where you can climb Mount Kilimanjaro, marvel at the wild beast river crossing in the Serengeti National Park, and trace the beginnings of important fossils that are 6 million years old. Now there's a touch of China thanks to a teacher called Li Yaya, who's sharing her culture with a group of young people 8,500 kilometers away.
Please give a warm welcome for James Chau.
I'm James Chau, host of the China Current, with a glimpse into tomorrow's world and stories about the human experience everywhere. Yaya is an educator who lives in Tanzania, an East African country that is home to 63.8 million people, facing the Indian Ocean on one side and a myriad of countries on the other. Rwanda, Mozambique, Zambia, Burundi, Kenya and Uganda are some of its neighbors and are an expression of its position as a symbolic regional center. Worlds away is Yaya's hometown in China called Guizhou, a former mountain kingdom that is half Tanzania's population, but like her adopted country, is a wonderland of waterfalls and mountains and a major center for different varieties of plants. But Yaya is trying to bridge that gap through language and food, teaching students in Tanzania while absorbing herself the eclectic cultures that make the region of Africa so unique. Here, there's a keen interest to learn Chinese, the most widely spoken language in the world today. So Yaya begins her class by introducing basic vocabulary and simple phrases they can use straight away. As progress takes off, Yaya expands the exposure of her students to her culture as a whole, and there's no better way to do that than through the flavors of China's different regional cuisines. Within Tanzania, there's huge demand for Chinese restaurants on the island of Zanzibar, a major tourist destination and an old trading center with mosques and even a sultan's palace. It's against this backdrop that young students have been able to find jobs with the words and techniques that Yaya has shown them. So far, thousands of people have passed through her classroom. Not only have they been able to find jobs at home, but some have gone on to study in China itself. The monthly salaries they're able to command with their value-added skills can be as much as $300 a month, which is tiny in some parts of the world, but a competitive salary when compared to median incomes for high-skilled jobs in Tanzania today. This is a shared experience because people in China have known poverty up close for much of their history, though in the last year, extreme poverty has been eradicated for good. So teachers like Yaya are not only imparting skills, but doing so in a way that leads to improved economic opportunities that in turn help stem the pace of poverty on the continent. Elsewhere in Africa, there's Kenya, where it's not only language learning and cooking skills that are getting people ahead, but of all things, a Chinese acrobatic school. 50 kilometers from the capital of Nairobi, this institute has been taking in students for over a decade and at any one time has about 50 people learning the tricks of the trade that have made acrobats and gymnasts in China world famous. The historic home of acrobatics is Wuqiao, not far from Beijing, on the southeast tip of Hebei province. This is the nerve center of many more acrobatic countries across the country, but this is the most renowned. Wuqiao is a destination for acrobats who want to see where it all began. After they hone their skills here, they return mostly to Kenya, where they teach and improve the quality of life for the next generation of students in their care. In a way, they've taken on a different culture to their own, and as they do, they innovate their own take on an ancient craft and sustain a community through culture and better living conditions. I'm James Chau, host of the China Current, bringing you on a journey of emotions.